Hi. Um, this video is a pain to set up the recording for because I'm too tall and I don't fit in my camera frame, so I'm sitting heaps far away. Um, this is a strange video to make, or not strange, but strange for me because this is a video declaring that I'm done with Life is Strange, like straight up. Not even like, because usually when I make these videos, it's kind of like hyperbole. Like like I'm fed up with them. But like, like I'm done with Dead by Daylight. But I just really mean like I'm fed up with them. But for this, I literally mean I'm done with this series. I'm buying the next one. I'm playing it for YouTube, and then if they release any more, I'm not buying them. Like, there will be obviously the extremely unlikely scenario that Deck 9 gives up Life is Strange and Don't Nod comes back and they do it. But other than that, I'm completely done with Life is Strange after this next one. I should really be done with it for this next one, honestly. I shouldn't even give them my money, but I figure there would be people who want to see it, considering what it's actually about. I may as well. I won't like anybody who likes to watch me play them, because it is my most popular series I've ever done. I won't deprive them of me playing this game, but it looks just like more of the same. It looks like we're doing the same thing for the fifth or fourth time. Only difference is it's now an inferno instead of a tornado. And Chloe is back, but first she comes on screen like it's some sort of... The trailer reveal for her, it looked horrid. The animation of her getting out and standing in front of her ute, and it was so bad. It was so bad. And then she starts talking, and I was like, that doesn't really... Like, it sounds kind of like Chloe, but that's definitely not Ashley Birch, and I was right. It's a new actor. Nothing against her, but it's just not Chloe Price if it's not Ashley Birch, is it? Like, Before the Storm gets a pass because the Actors Guild's strike, and, you know, it's in the past. But, like, any adult Chloe Price needs to be Ashley Birch, or it doesn't... It's just not Chloe Price. Yeah, but Double Exposure was so bad, and that was supposed to be the nostalgia trip. Oh, Max Caulfield's back. They should have just put Chloe in that game. But the reason... It's money. It's money. It all comes back to money. They're trying to turn Life is Strange into this big AAA franchise, which is very, very especially evident after they tried to do the whole Avengers thing with Max Caulfield will return. But it's not. Life is Strange is supposed to be a double A like Alan Wake. If the horror equivalent of Life is Strange would be Alan Wake, and Alan Wake is a double A game, and it works because it's a double A game, and it has that small town vibe when you're in the quiet moments, and there's all this the David Lynch, right? The David Lynch is gone from Life is Strange now. It's just non-existent, which is part of the reason it's not good anymore. David Lynch's influence was all over the first game. It was kind of there in the prequel. By the time we get to 2, it's basically non-existent, and then we get to Double Exposure and it just doesn't exist at all. Actually, it probably doesn't exist. It's probably like a thread in True Colors, honestly. It's barely there, if there at all. Yeah, and Chloe very obviously is in this game and not the last one because money. And also because they didn't know how to write it probably, and they needed more time to write it or something. I don't know. It's so disappointing. In my opinion, there should have never been a Life is Strange that even had these characters return. I used to hate Life is Strange 2 for not having Max and Chloe. I still don't like what they did to David, but I at least respect now that Life is Strange was intended to be not chronological, and anthological. That's why they didn't want their characters to return, because it's supposed to be a different story each time. And although I still think Life is Strange 2 has way too many flaws to be considered a good sequel, I still respect it as a game. I think it's a fine game, and as much as I hate it, I also really like it. So I never thought I would hear myself say that 2 years ago, or 3 years ago by this point now. I never thought that a game would release that made me appreciate Life is Strange 2. But that was Double Exposure. Double Exposure was the game that released that made me take a good hard look at Life is Strange 2 and say, you didn't deserve the hate I was giving you. And this new game, it only confirms that Life is Strange is truly gone without Don't Nod. Don't Nod was what was keeping the charm alive. I have a theory that the only reason Before the Storm is even good, I still think it's a terrible prequel, but I think it's a good game. I actually really do like Before the Storm, and I have a theory now that the only reason it's even good is because they were being monitored or something. Like, they weren't given free reign. It had to fit within, because it's a prequel, right? Because once they get to True Colors, even though True Colors I think is actually a pretty good game, True Colors is just not really the thing all it's cracked up to be. Like, the final episode is way too short. There's way too long RPG section that doesn't belong in a Life is Strange game. And Double Exposure just, when we get to that, holy moly, it falls apart. You can tell they're not really good at writing stories, because True Colors is so safe, and that's why it's okay. But Double Exposure goes for a lot more, and it fails miserably. It falls flat on its face. Now, is there anything that looks interesting in this new game? Am I just completely dogging on them? And it's like, actually, if you went and watched the trailer, it looks like it'll be good. Well, here's my thought the whole time I was watching it. If this released instead of Double Exposure, then it doesn't look that bad. But Double Exposure is released, and this is now coming after that, and it feels like a very extremely glorified DLC or expansion, and it more of the same, and it looks very uninspired. It doesn't feel like a game made by fans. It feels like a game that was requested by fans. And people who don't know what they're doing just stepped up and said, yeah, I'll make that. And I want to quickly note, no hate towards the actual developers themselves, like the people building the world and the game. All the fault of these games nowadays lies on somewhat the writers, a good chunk Deck 9 higher-ups, and then majority of the blame is on Square Enix. Square Enix has the final call on everything at the end of the day. They're the reason there's now all these pre-order bonuses and deluxe and ultimate editions. Or, like more than like digital versions, I mean, because obviously the originals, the first two games released with collector's editions and deluxe editions and stuff, but they actually had like meaningful stuff in them somewhat. Where if you look at like say double exposure's highest tier is good because it comes with extra games. Like it comes with the first 2 games, and it comes with all the DLC. And then the middle tier though feels like what? Like there's a cat DLC. There's a DLC. You have to pay extra to get a DLC where you can just pet a cat and stuff. It's such a waste of money. The outfits and stuff are not. It should have been like $7 DLC pack for these outfits, and that was it. And then that Ultimate Edition that comes with the other games with it, and then it would have been fine. I wouldn't have cared. But it's just that middle like deluxe ultimate whatever edition it's called that really annoys me because it has outfits that are not worth the extra money or not as much to charging, and this really pointless cat DLC. And this is why people write scripts. I'm just going off the wall, and I don't use scripts. I don't like scripts. I like to have my authentic thoughts flow through, or I guess people writing scripts have authentic thoughts, but I mean more accurately my authentic emotion and blah 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 blah. But anyway, it's just it hurts because Life is Strange means a lot to me for multiple reasons. So first, when I saw it, I watched it all the way back in 2015, right? I watched Jacksepticeye's full playthrough when the game came out, but I'm going to ignore that for now because I want to talk to what it means to me after I played it myself. Like, so for small things, I see so much of myself in these characters, right? Which is kind of the point with these games, but it's surprising to me because this is not the type of game I'd ever expect myself to play. I was, especially at the time it came out, because at the time it came out, I was hardcore horror. All I played was Resident Evil and games like that. Like, never would I have done a YouTube playthrough on Life is Strange. And I just sort of took a whim and went, you know what, I remember that game, kind of. I'll play it. And I'm so happy I did, because like the characters kind of dressed like me to an extent, like not really Max, I guess, like color scheme wise or whatever. You just the jacket and jeans with a t-shirt, and then Chloe's style. Chloe's style really matches me more. But on a deeper note, it like they had personality wise, I guess you could say, characteristics. Like when I was younger, I was super into pirates. I still am a little bit, like, I like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff, but, like, I was super into pirates. I was always dressed as a pirate. I had all the pirate sword toys and stuff, and, like, playing a game with characters that were like that, like, they literally were mirror images of me. Like, there was even on the prequel, the final episode of the prequel, I accidentally dressed exactly like Chloe Price, or I dressed her exactly like me by accident. Like, I was wearing the red flannel with a white t-shirt or a black image on top and a beanie, and that's how she dressed when I put the clothes on. Yeah, and also they hadn't seen an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old who the 18-year-old moves away and they don't see each other for like 5 years. I have that with a real life friend, which is another thing. Me and my friend, like this is the game that I introduced my friend to get them into story games, and the story really, we're already pretty close. And I'm not going to say the game made us closer, but it really connected us with us as well. And alone, the character's already connected to me so well, but with him, it like just amplified that, because I could see both of us, our relationship in it. And it was like, it was just really something. It's so rare. for me, because usually when I connect to characters in a game, I'll be honest, it's not usually for the happy joyous characters, right? It's not like Ezio Auditore or Nathan Drake. Usually it's usually like characters like James Sunderland or you know, Ellie Williams. I don't play very happy games often. Um, and you know, even to some little tiny minuscule credit, I can see with Max her going in a direction that does make sense somewhat in Double Exposure. Like she's like into horror and stuff, which hello, I went from liking pirates to horror. Really weird how that goes. Apparently it's common enough that me and a video game character share this in common. But sorry, I'm kind of sitting on my foot. Yeah. The remasters, I think, honestly, it's crazy to say this. I think the remasters are the best thing Deck 9 made because it genuinely does. In most areas, there are a lot of issues still with the remasters, but in most areas, I genuinely believe the remasters make the experience just so much better. Just simply having their lips move in time with their words added so much, and the hair and the updated visuals really added to it. And that art style they created with the remasters is the art style that should just be the official Life is Strange style that is in every game they release. But it's not. The art style, the core Life is Strange art style that started all the way back in 2015, it just doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. Life is Strange 2, it started disappearing. Life is Strange True Colors, it was just, like, again, barely there by a thread. And then Double Exposure just deleted it. The Life is Strange art style no longer exists, it's just generic. Well, I guess it's not generic, but I hope you get what I mean when I say that. It's not unique in the same sense that original art style was. It's just... I've been just rambling. I don't know. I just... always wanted... I always had like a kind of an idea in my head of where Life is Strange was going to go, and even though I didn't expect to get that idea, I never expected this. I never expected to get to a point where I just was done with the games, and this is why I haven't done my playing all of Double Exposure in one sitting stream, because I just don't want to play that game. I hate it. I hate that game. The worst part of it was good in the middle. Episodes 2 and 3 are extraordinary. They had like they must have taken crack or something in the middle there and just randomly became good at their jobs. Ah. Yeah, they completely don't understand. They don't understand the material in the world and the game they have. They don't understand it, and that's why they keep writing it wrong. Like, for example, Chloe would never be the one to have ended things with Max. Like, them breaking up is kind of believable, but Chloe would have never been the one to break off with Max because Chloe has connection issues. She has abandonment issues. She would never be able to bring herself to end things with Max the way that she does, especially in that note. In a note, it's crazy. It is character assassination at its finest. And her look in the newest trailer, how she looks in the newest trailer, I feel like it's not bad per se, it doesn't feel super Chloe Price. It feels like an imitation of Chloe Price. And Ashley Burch's absence, like I mentioned, it's appalling, whatever the word is. I think appalling. I think it's like Ashley Burch likes this character so much that when she couldn't portray this character for its prequel, she was right there explaining everything, how this character should act, how this character should feel. She was super involved. And the fact that she is not acting as Chloe Price when she very well could if she wanted to is very much should be an indication of how far this series has fallen. If even one of its most dedicated cast will not return. And to the best of her ability, even said she doesn't like what Double Exposure did, without getting into trouble. In an interview, she basically just said she doesn't like Double Exposure and what it did to Chloe and Max. But yeah, I guess I've gone on for long enough. I've said a bunch of nothing, to be honest, really. I don't know if I would watch this video if you made it this far, thanks. I don't know if I would have. I think I would have got the gist and left. Not because I have attention span issues, but because, like, this is just a boring video. This is why people have scripts. I don't have a script. I'm never gonna start using a script, but, like, yeah. I don't know, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed, I guess. If you liked it or not, let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Even though you probably all hated it. Goodbye.